And yes, we live. Good evening from this part of the world. You are welcome. Thank you for joining in. Sorry, we've had a little network glitch and we'll be trying to sort that out. But we are here now. Thank you for joining. Welcome to our webinar, Conquering Picky Eating. Conquering Picky Eating. A brief introduction. I know some of you are new here. You might not have known me or seen me before. My name is Jennifer Okoduga. I'm the lead coach of the Pacesetter Mum Learning Hub, where we teach parents how to help their children thrive using natural, proven methods. We've seen transformations, I can tell you that. We are not here to give you one tip and hack. We are not here to tell you stories. We are not here to market one supplement or one endless therapy section. We are here to give you the trick that works. That works. Hear that word, that works. I have seen it work for me personally on my journey with my child. I have a child that had developmental delays who was a chronic picky eater. There was a time my child wanted to eat just rice and maybe fried plantain. I know that was not good for him. If a child eats minimal food, how do you put in the nutrients the child needs? How do you give them what will sustain them? How do you nourish the brain? How do they thrive? How does that transformation that you are looking for, how will it come? I went through it. It was a tug of war until I discovered some of the things I'll be sharing with you today. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to see you all. Welcome. Okay, today is Conquering Picky Eating. As a welcome note, we're talking about who is this picky eating designed for. It's designed for caregivers, coaches, clinicians, parents. It's designed for everyone that have a child or that is raising a child with developmental issues, or that is raising a child that is a picky eater, even if they are not having any developmental issues, because there are some neurotypical children that are suffering this, just refusing to try different foods, and what's our goal? Our goal is to move from that frustration to move to structure and confidence. And our focus is building competent, confident eaters. I keep making an example with my child who was a chronic picky eater. If you give him protein, beans, other food, he won't want to eat. Just rice. Every day he's telling you, give me rice. Tomorrow, rice. How do we do that? And we know how overdose. You know that overdose of carbohydrates lead to yeast issues. Candida feeds on excessive carbohydrate you're giving to your child. Today, carbohydrate. I have seen a parent come to my DM to complain that all her child eats is rice. How do you feed the child with the protein, the vegetables, the vital minerals the child needs? Eating just jollof rice. Today, she told me she tried one day to insist that this child is not going to eat any other rice, but that because it's not even just eating rice. The child will specifically say he wants to eat jollof rice. That's all he wants to feed on. She insisted. Do you know what happened? That child ended up not eating throughout that day. It was the second day. That boy of compassion as a mother welled up on her inside, and she said, no, I just have to give this child this rice. She had to succumb because it's better the child is even alive to eat whatever he wants than starving, until she met me. And that child's case today is different. So here you are going to be learning a lot. What our key mindset shift is going to be from picky eating. We are going to be having this motive shift, because we are going to say, like I said, it's not about giving rice endlessly time and again. It's about feeding your child what will heal them. It's about feeding your child what will give them that nourishment they need. And I'm here to tell you what works. Picky eating is not bad parenting. Picky eating is not bad parenting. It's not a skill building a problem. It does not mean that you're a bad parent. It's not mean that you are overindulging your child. It gut issues. That's what I'm here to say today. Picky eating is a gut issue. And today we are here to tell you what works and what will give you that solution. I don't know if you can hear me and see me. Can you put it in the comment section? Can I be heard? Can I be seen, please? Can I be seen? Can I be heard? Okay, so let's move. Minutes do we have more? We're supposed to be talking for 1 hour, but network took our time. But don't worry, you're still going to have what you came here for. Do not worry. Okay, we're going to be talking about these picky eating issues. How do you battle this and see the transformation you actually need? Number one, you have to be calm. A calm parent will certainly raise a calm child. If you get too overwhelmed and agitated, the child become more agitated, him or herself. There was a time I was on this journey and I felt so bad, anxiety started wearing up, and my child too became more anxious. Behavioral issues was more common because I was also, on the edge. Why is this child not eating this? You want to feed this child with the vitamins the child needs. No, you want to give the vegetables, you want to give the protein, you want to give everything that will help this child because there's already a delay and this child needs to meet up milestones. How are you able to give this child when there is no opportunity? When the child doesn't want to eat, you give, the child spits it out. There's a time somebody told me that the child will put his hand in his mouth, try to vomit everything out because he does not want to eat it. So how do you balance it? How do you give this child what will help him or her if he's not taking it? And when the body is not receiving the nutrients, how will the brain develop? How will the child thrive? How will the child come out from this issue? How will the growth that you desire, how will it come to pass? We're going to be talking about this because some parents, you overreact and it makes the case worsen. Because like I said, you are your child's environment. The environment you subject your child to also play a great role in helping this child heal. If you are so tense, you are so agitated, and some flogging the child, it doesn't help because as you are flogging the child, you're also teaching the child how the child should treat others. A child that is being flogged and eat this food. If you're not eating this food, you're not going to take another one. Some people will say they want to do the African method of parenting in quotes. And the child's gut is suffering. The child's digestive system is suffering. Painful abdomen. The child is feeling so much pain and you are not able to interpret this. And instead of getting better, the case gets worse. So being over anxious, being overwhelmed, having so much anxiety is not going to help the situation at all. All you have to do, you have to parent this child from the place of knowledge. You have to go for knowledge. And thank God that's why you are here today. You have to go for knowledge and learn what works, how to help this child overcome this picky eating. And that is why we're here. And we're going to be talking about healing the gut. The gut is the second brain of the child. Everything starts from the gut. If the gut is overwhelmed, an inflamed gut that a child is battling with can never make that child to take the food you want. When I was going through this issue, there was nothing that I gave as one supplement or one tablet that helped until I healed the gut. When I healed my child's gut, everything started to align. My child before had so much constipation that he won't poop for 3 good days. There are times 4 days he has not used the toilet. With so much pain, battle, you see us fighting to make sure that he poop. But it wasn't happening because the gut wasn't in place. The stomach had so much reactions because the child can't even, especially those that have speech issues, they might not be able to explain what is going on with them. While some that have issues minimally with speech, they can talk, or some that are very expressive, they go ahead to tell the parents, oh, I face stomach pain. I can't do this, I can't do that. You see, every time, every morning, the child is complaining of stomach ache. The child is complaining of so much bowel issue. And another thing you should realize, if a child is not having constant bowel movements, picky eating is difficult to go because it's garbage in, garbage out. If you are eating and you are not releasing what you exit, determine what you can put in again. If you are not exiting the one you've taken before, how do you feel sane enough to take another one? How do you feel old enough to take another one? It's going to be very difficult. So when a child is having constant bowel issues, you will not be able to take more meal. What you want them to take, they won't have that ability to do that, even if they want to. You see them very selective. They will be having so much meltdown. When my child was going through picky eating, there was more aggression than ever because he's constantly in battle with himself, constantly in so much tension, aggressiveness. That hyperactivity will just be there because a well settled gut is a settled child. When the gut is settled, the child will be well settled and be willing to take. Just yesterday, my child was telling me, I want to eat yam. The same child that if I give yam before, he will not eat. The other day, Thursday, he told me, what do you want to eat? He said, beans. I said, Is it, I just sit down at times and I just thank God and I thank God for knowledge that I wait for. This is the child, when I cook beans, as he's coming back from school and he realized that it's beans that is in the pot, he goes straight to the tap, put on the tap, fill the pot with water, empty it and help me to wash the pot gently. He will wash the pot and keep it for me. Like, is it me you're preparing this food for? He will wash the pot and keep it. And some of his siblings likes beans a lot. As they are coming back from school, before they will say, let them change their uniform, the child has washed away all the beans. It was so funny. Now I can laugh. Then it wasn't really that funny. I would look at him and like, what kind of a thing is this? What should I do? As he's seeing it, he's taking it. It became like his favorite dish or his favorite pot to wash is pot of beans. As he's seeing it, whether it's plate of beans he sees anywhere, he's throwing it off, trashing it. Because it's like it was not like a phobia, or it wasn't the child's fault. There were so many things going on in his inside that he couldn't explain. That see how I'm feeling. I don't know if you understand. So that's it. So you have to focus on healing the child's guts. You have to focus on healing the child's system inside out. You don't heal outside in. You don't try to force the child to eat the food. You heal the child from the inside, and you will see the transformation you are looking for. Because it matters, because poor feeding habits will lead to long-term growth and nutrition issues. It will further compound the issues for the child. If the child is not accepting food, from there is not able to get the nutrients he or she needs from the food. And persistent picky eaters, they always fall ill because the immune system will be down. They have higher risk for illnesses. They have higher risk for illnesses. Their system is always down because they are not getting what they need. A child that eats rice in the morning, eats rice in the afternoon, eats rice in the evening. For some that I have worked with, they just take rice today. Another thing they want to try is spaghetti. And that's a no-no. Spaghetti on its own has gluten, and some of these children, they don't do well with gluten. They are gluten intolerant, just as they are casein intolerant. That's milk, dairy products. Their body don't have the ability to break it down. Their body don't have that ability to process it for their use. They are going through all that, so they can't use it for their benefits. Another thing why healing the gut matters: emotional toll. You see anxiety, relationship stress. It's also straining the child and the mother, the caregiver, and the child's relationship. It's straining it. It's training it. And early feeding habits will lead to, that dietary progress you need. When the child have that eating, early feeding and all that, it will give, because, in special needs, early intervention is key. Early intervention is key because most times it's not as if it will still be done. Like in Nigerian parlance, they'll say, now when you wake up, now your day break. It will still happen, but it will take longer out. So a child that is struggling with picky eating from 1 year to 10 years is still struggling with picky eating. What the child would have benefited, the milestone the child would have gotten at that 10 years, the child will not be able to get it. It will be more struggle, because from there the child will be constipated and more issues with speech, more issues with emotions, behavior, because the gut is not settled. I kid you not, the most important thing you should start with, the most important aspect if you want to choose in your healing with your child, is the gut. That's why we are starting with this. Conquer that picky eating. And what's going to give you that solution is tackling the gut issues. Is healing the gut of your child. If you heal the gut, the child, I did not do anything special again to make my child eat any food. I did not do anything extraordinary again when I started working. It's still a journey. My child had leaky guts, severe leaky guts. You don't want to know about it. When I started researching and checking up on it, leaky gut, what do I do? I started asking questions. They said, no, I will have to go to India to do surgery. There is surgery that will fix it. I will go to India to do surgery. The person that was still telling me said there has been a therapist, as in, I'm not talking about one quack person per se. She has been a therapist for about 16, 18 years. Said even the ones that she has seen, they've gone and it still wasn't taken care of. Surgery doesn't vanish these issues. Surgery will not solve what nutrition should do. Surgery will not solve what dietary issues are, and it's foods that is supposed to heal it. You don't feel it's just surgery. That's why you see some people that have a fibroid. After a while, if they return back to their way of lifestyle, their diet, it comes back again. I've seen somebody had fibroid issues, surgery for up to 3 times, because the surgery is not a permanent cure to it. So the diet is very, very important. That's why I said, when they said it was surgery that I would do, I said, wow. I started going and having a biochemist background, because I studied biochemistry as my first degree. I started going for nutrition. I said, no, there should be a way out. There must be a way out. I started going for natural food. I started going for how to hit my child's gut. I started going for real life solutions that would give me this breakthrough I needed. And I realized that I didn't have to do anything extra out of the ordinary. And my child started to thrive. Right now, there is absolutely no food that my child is not eating. He eats every meal that is presented to him. There is no food he's not eating. This is the child that if you give beans, like I narrated, he will carry the pot of beans, wash it away, pour it away, and start crying for rice. And while he's crying for that rice, if you're not giving him, come and sit tantrums. At times, it will lead to a meltdown. To calm him down will be a problem. That's the child that will sit down, take place. There was one day I was making fonio cereal for them as breakfast to take to school. The child has finished taking that fonio cereal. Because he saw that beans was what I was preparing for lunch, as their lunch they will eat in school. I was busy cutting the fruits, because my children eat fruits every day of their life. As I was busy cutting that they will take as their snack. They don't do fizzy drinks, they don't do carbonated drinks, they don't do biscuits and all that. As I was busy cutting that, and it's as if I turned my face away, the child took plates, went straight to the pot. He was taking it and eyeing me. When somebody is doing something like my mother should not see me. Even when I saw him, I was just overwhelmed with positive emotions. I was just joyful. Like, is it me that this child is hiding this food from? Is it the same boy that I will want him to eat before? It will be battle to eat the same beans. He's not hiding to take that beans that I was struggling to give him. This happened for years. He was sitting, he run away to the dining to go and eat beans. He came back again before he went to school to still take from that beans. On a morning like that day, I knew that natural methods sure works. I knew that this thing is doable and it can happen to anybody, no matter the race. It can be replicated over and over. I've actually seen it. People that I coach one-on-one, I've actually seen it replicated when they come. We start from the guts. You see this child transform. If there is no constant bowel movement, there will not be breakthrough in that aspect. So the God has to be ordered. The God has to be fixed. That's why I am bringing it to you today. If you've been struggling, if you've been having battle with your child about this topic, picky eating, you've come to the end of your troubles. You've come to the end of your trials. If you are going to be doing what I ask you to do, you will see this child happy. You will see me time as fun time, like my child is having now. I am not here to teach what is not possible. I don't teach what I have not tried myself. I am not one of that. I don't teach what I have not tried. This is what I've been proven. Even in the school, they started asking me, this is the same person that if I take beans, as in the teachers, everybody, the caregivers, everyone, they are scared. Because this child will not eat. If he takes one spoon, that might be all till he comes home. And as he's coming home, if he still see that beans there, it's trouble. That's a child that can eat beans now, even at times eat it twice a day. He wants to eat it. He wants to eat yam. He wants to eat all kinds of vegetables, fruits. Watermelon, my child was not eating before. There was a time he took watermelon and did watermelon fast. That's the child that will not take watermelon, that will not take pawpaw. Anything soggy, mushy, he won't eat. He wants to eat cranky, cornflakes. He wants to eat cornflakes. He wants to eat those crunchy. And it's not only peculiar to him. It's very common among them. They want to eat that crunchy food. They want to eat something that just makes them feel okay. And you won't continue to indulge because it will help the child. Rather, you go for what works. You will see how to fit that child into that perfect goal you have for that transformational journey you want. That's what you are looking at the end of the day. Diagnosis or no diagnosis. Me, I don't go about preaching diagnosis. That's not what I am here. Every child can thrive, be it any name. I don't care to know the name. Be it autism, Down syndrome, whatever they have named, whatever the diagnosis they have said, it can thrive if you do what works and start from. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It's not that, okay, you just come today and give that child food today. The child will just come and say, oh, thank you, I really enjoyed it and all that. It's not really like an overnight thing, but it's going to work. And you have to also build structure. In building structure, number one, you have to be predictable with your feeding environment. You have to be predictable. My journey with my child has taught me a lot of things. And one of the things I have built on is structure. You have to build structure. Not, there's now a timetable in my house. It also helped this child. Children with special needs, children with any developmental issue, they thrive mainly on predictability. If you are not predictable as a parent, this child cannot even fit in. That's predictability. It reduces meltdown a lot. I have seen this firsthand. If you are making beans today, Monday, not today you make beans. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is yam. Next week, beans is coming on Wednesday. It's coming in the morning. It's coming, this, they like routine. They like structure. And that structure actually helped me in several ways. It stops you from that tension you're looking for. There are some homes where they're saying, what are we eating next? This is afternoon. What are we going to cook today? Janet, what's in the store? What do we have? You just be moving from frying pan to fire. Scattered environment. The child's behavior will be seriously affected. The child's guts will also be inflamed because one, the child is not even taking it. Everywhere is tense. Then my child was not even sitting down on the dining to eat the food because everywhere, but when I worked on that structure, I made sure that the structure is there. I have plan. Everybody in the house can recite it like a song. Okay, this morning, they already know that this is what we are going to eat. And the child will easily fit in and blend. You don't need to struggle. So you have to work on structure. Why trying to help your child conquer picky eating? If it's 3 meal a day, okay, this one is this snack. Structure that reading, structure it. It will help you a lot. While you are working on that God, you have to keep that structure in place. Because if you are scattered as a parent, the child also will be scattered. If you are tense as a parent, the child also will not be able to. And that structure just make everywhere orderly. It keeps that environment calm. It makes that environment, peaceful and enjoyable for the child. And it naturally makes that child to be in that part of, okay, yes, I'm ready to eat. Okay, yes, I know this is what I should be expecting. There was a day my child was waiting for food. The normal time he wanted to eat, and he didn't see it. Anybody that is passing in that kitchen came. Food. I want food. What was it calling? The food that was meant for that day. That was what it was called. I think that was the day for porridge. He was asking, I want porridge. I said, the food is coming, it's not ready yet. I wasn't able to, and I also wanted, that break. I wanted to give him that break, that money, let him just detox and all that, so just eat. The child already knew that at this time, if you work with a child with developmental issues, you will know that structure will do so well for you than any other thing. Keep that structure in place. Don't do things 10 o'clock today. Don't do things tomorrow. You are doing 5 o'clock. Next tomorrow is 7 o'clock. The child does not even know what to expect. Another thing is those fizzy drinks, carbonated drinks, soda, take it out. It will help the child. What's inside? I'm not here to spoil anybody's market. It's just sugar, artificial colors. Though when you see, I always tell people when they come to me, I say, by the time you are seeing names that you don't understand, you are seeing E something, G something, just know that if you can't explain it, you can't say this is what this thing is. E75, E this one, just be calling the names. I don't want to start saying, you know, just know that this is not good for this child. Learn to read labels as parents. It's very essential. Don't just go to the supermarket or go to the market, just buy anything, bring it home and start giving to your child. They are not missing out if they don't take it. In my house, for instance, we've not taken noodles for years. They don't even ask for it anymore. Meanwhile, it was my favorite food. When noodles came, I was just, but when I saw the damage it was doing, I didn't buy. I have not bought noodles in my house for over 3 years. Nobody died. I've not had any reason to even take them to the hospital. Nobody is sick. If you are still there giving your child noodles and you want the child not to be a picky eater, my dear parents, you are not helping that child. Trash those unnecessary foods. Those food that is causing more chaos is bringing yeast infection, making the yeast overgrowth of that child to be more. Candida, because Candida feeds on these sugars. That's why these terrible parasites disturb it. I'm not here to talk about parasite cleanse today or Candida or yeast, but I'm just telling you, those fizzy drinks, those carbonated drinks, pastries, please take them off if you want to see results. Only water is enough. Only water is allowed. My children take water to school. And they even go to school, they go well hydrated. They take 2 bottles. I don't take just one for them. They take 2 so that they'll be well hydrated, because a well hydrated child, the mind will be sane. The mind, because when you are also dehydrated, it can also put strain to your abdomen, kidney issues, everything. Let them just do well with only water. And another point too, try to reduce screen as much as possible. Screen time. There are so many persons, it's not your fault. We are not here to judge you. Screen is nannying the children. No, it's not good. A child that is glued to screen will not even have time for food, whether challenge or no challenge. If you are too occupied with your phone, you will not remember food as an adult. The screen is doing more harm than good to some of these children. Limited screen, depending on the age. A child 0 to 2 years have no business with the screen. It's not the screen, Coco Melon, that is going to teach. I have seen a lot of issues. Oh God. I'm just trying to, minimize how I put these things. It does more harm So many speech issues we are having. It's even screen that increases it. There's something called screen autism now. Screen-induced autism, that this child have no business with autism, but because of excessive use of the screen, the child start developing this. Have you tried to? There was one I was trying to watch. Is it on YouTube or what? As in my head began to spin. Like, and I felt, how would these children that's always glued to this screen, that tab, situational awareness not there. You are carrying a child from one place to another. They don't even know the way to that place. They don't even know how they got there. It's just you got there and it's time for them to alight from the vehicle. If anything happens, they don't know their way home. Many children don't know their way home because even inside the car, they're still with screen. Screen will always cause a child to be a picky eater. It has been proven. You can go and do your research. I don't come here to say what I don't know. Screen time, when it's too much, it will always affect this child. It will make them to be hyperactive. It will make them not to have that concentration. It will make them not to want to eat. So you have to make that screen time, even dining table. Some parents have their screen there. Make the place of eating a screen-free zone. The screen is a mini making machine. It's not real, it's just an illusion. It's not what to teach your child. I'm not saying that you should totally eradicate it. You can do minimal, depending on the age. 30 minutes, if the child is up to 8 years. There are some persons that there was still a discussion I was having with someone, was it yesterday, that the child at the point they were just sending messages from school, that the child is very hyperactive today, the child did this, the child did that, as she just reduced screen time. Those complaints just ceased. There were no more complaints coming in. There were no more today reports from one person or another. It just ceased because those screen was just. Do you know what cocaine does to the brain? That's what screen does to us. Those children, excessive dopamine, they're just jumping, feeling so excited. You know how addictive it is. What cocaine does to the brain, that's what screen does. It's very addictive. You have to know that. Relate with this child. I'm not here to talk about connection today because if we start in that manner, we might not live here. Relate, have personal connection. Do play time, outside play, do more of outside play, nature walks, grounding. Don't just subject these children to the screen. It's not the screen that will help to do it. The speech that they've not had, they are having delay with speech. It's not the speech, it's not the screen that you use to teach everything and make them talk or make them have that breakthrough that they're looking for. No, it's not that screen. Another thing also, we should modeling. This thing can never be overemphasized. Some parents don't eat beans. They want their children to eat beans. Some parents don't eat vegetables. They want their children to eat vegetables. How possible is that? Can a lion give birth to a dog? Lion not a born goat, according to Nigeria Palace. Lion not a born goat. If you are not eating this particular food, you will not expect. Me, I loved rice at a time with noodles. My children now loved it. When I started changing, that's why if you want to heal your child, you have to first start healing yourself. If you want to heal your child, you will start by healing yourself. A healed parent is a healed child. Transformation starts with you. It starts from the home. Transformation starts with you, the parent. That's why we're the pacesetter parents here. Transformation starts with you, not from the child. Some people don't eat vegetables. They say, I don't like these vegetables. So, and you are forcing your child to eat, and the child is not seeing you eat it. Do you know that this child can eat by just seeing you eat? They want to just try it because they're seeing you eat vegetables. They will know that, and you are eating it with joy. Don't eat it with you are grumbling or doing your face as if you are eating something very bad. Enjoy it. Wear that bright expression. Carry that good facial expression. Don't be eating and you are grumbling and all that. And you want your child to eat it. How? Modeling plays a great role in conquering picky eating. You have to model to your child. Have it, eat deliberately in front of your child. If possible, like in my family, we eat together. We have a meal a day that we must eat together from same plates. So how would that child not eat it? We are eating from same plates. One, it causes the family to bond. It causes more bonds. It helps the connection in the family, and it helps with connection with your child, especially the one that is having issues with picky eating. They say you eat this, they want to eat. Not you are eating akpu and what's that? And what soup? You want the child to come and eat vegetables. How? It won't happen. So model what you want. Model it first to your child. We are mirrors that these children are seeing. They reflect us. Fruits can't go off my. I hide fruit at times because of my children. Like it's expensive, man. Because they want to eat it. Why would they eat? Everybody, the father, the mother, everybody is eating fruits. And they also see how it's very nutritious, how it's helping them. They're also coming to terms with, okay, this helps us. Protein. So you have to model to your child so that you can see that result you are looking for. So I'm here to tell you, before you start saying that this child is not eating, oh, I want to, I've tried this, I'm just tired, I don't know, let me just give in. Imagine somebody saying that all the child is eating is rice. Try, and it's not a less an overnight thing. Gradually. Let me share some common pitfall. Pressure. Don't put pressure or forcing. It doesn't really work like that. Like I told you, the problem is from the guts. Don't put in pressure. Don't put in that force. You're just putting, or shut out of cooking. Another thing you want to do, as you are cooking with your child, don't send that child away. Most children, they eat what they participate in. If you are preparing, do you know that if I'm making juice, my child comes to where I'm making juice, he's slotting the celery, he's slotting the cucumber, he's slotting the vegetables inside the juicer. Will you not tell him not to take that thing he has participated in making? No. Let them participate as you're preparing that meal. It helps them a lot. Don't send them away that they will disturb you or something. No. If they don't participate while you are preparing that meal, how would they enjoy it? How would they enjoy it? So you have to make them participate while you're preparing that meal. Involve them. You know that from the kitchen you can teach math skills. In the kitchen you can teach a lot of skills. Oh, we're adding this. This is egg. How many eggs? I started using to teach my son in the kitchen, because every place always seize the moment. Use that opportunity. See it as a learning time. It's not until you carry table and chair and tell the child, sit down. It's time to learn. Write this. Do this. That's not only when you teach. Because in natural environment, that's where the child learns more than when you subject that child to one table and chair and say it's 10 hours of therapy. From that kitchen, you are teaching that child. You are making them to talk. That's where I started from. Involve the child. Do this. Turn off this blender. Before, my child had issues when he was having sensory issues with blender noise. As I put on that blender, he will cover his ears, he's dropping. But he's the one trying to on the blender now. Is he trying to on the blender or is he one blending it? As I just get tomatoes or want to blend something, he has rushed for the blender. If he wasn't participating, he wasn't evolving, and I didn't start working on the gut for his body to be settled, who will overcome that? Those some of them so highly sensitive to that sound. That blender sound, they don't want to hear. They will cover their ears, they are shouting, screaming, is making them so unsettled. But being in the kitchen with me helped my child. He also had that executive functioning skills. He can cut plantain, slice so many things, put the frying pan on the fire and say, want to fry. I want to say, no, we're not going to fry plantain. We need to boil it. It's not too good. Fried foods is highly inflammatory to inflame your gut, to, start teaching and all that. Involve them in the kitchen to help a lot. Because if you are doing all this, trying to put pressure, there's something they call subtle way of introducing it. When you want to, get something from someone, the way you come. You just come through that gradual approach, come through that friendly approach. Approach your child with food in that friendly manner. Don't come with chaos. Don't come with gbasgbos. Gbasgbos will not work. Don't come with that pressure. Don't come with that grazing everywhere, and also don't give up too soon. Anything you give up in, you have only shortened the journey. As you give up today, when you want to start, you're starting afresh. You are going to square one. It's not going to be from where you stop. That's why inconsistency is one common pitfall. You must stop now. Inconsistency. It will not help. Because anything you are not consistent with, you can never have that breakthrough. You have to be consistent. Try it today, relax. You don't need to, okay, if you don't eat today, man, I'm tired. This thing is not working. I've tried it. What else should I do? No. You have to be consistent. As you try today, don't give up. Try again tomorrow. And these children, naturally, by the time you give them that opportunity, first time, second time, before you are trying it severally, as you are working on the gut, you see that this natural method will help and the child will overcome that picky eating. Because our goal is to transform eating into joy, not chaos. Like I was in that position before when it was like chaos because the child was not eating. And I want to eat very sweet thing. Those things that will make him very apparative. But now it has turned to joy, curiosity, connection. Because these are evidence-based methods. Repeated neutral exposure works a lot. Continue to repeat. Continue to expose the child to it. Continue to play it before that child. Don't just say, I tried it, it's not going to work. If you give up, Nigeria will say, if you give up, you lose. How they say, now who give up, now you lose. Now who give up, now you lose. Do you have a better way? Me that they told that she come and do surgery to heal my child's leaky guts. Leaky guts got healed from natural methods. Where is that leaky guts today? The child that was not pulling, now he can pull once, twice every day. There's no day that passes that he won't pull. That's a child that was highly constipated, with pains, crying. They are not settled, and you are wondering why their behavior is like that. They will be everywhere. Their system is so inflamed. The gut is inflamed. They are in so much pain. I wish you can see their inside to know what's going on. So much pain. They are crying. Some of them can't explain how it is with them. So you have to make sure that repeated exposure help, play while cooking. Our involvement, like I said, is going to help. We're going to be ending soon. But I want you to take this away, that this breakthrough you seek is possible. If I could get it, but if I could get that breakthrough, that my child is not eating everything, it's possible that will be your story too. I want you to recognize red flags. Physical nutrition signs, poor weight gain. Those are red flags you see when a child is not eating well and the gut is not healed. You see the child is having poor weight gain. It doesn't really mean that everybody that is slim shows that they are not healthy, and everybody that is chubby shows that they are healthy. No, you start seeing that growth will be delayed. Milestone will be difficult to reach. You'll be seeing fatigue. You'll be seeing restlessness, sleep issue, anemia. You'll just be relying on supplements. Behavioral issues. Those are red flags. You will know that this thing is not what I need to hit the child's gut. Sensory signs. You see a child eats only 2 or 3 meals. How do you give the nutrients that they need? You see a child avoids entire food group. It might be the protein group. The child is just avoiding it. Anything, meat, fish, beans, legumes. He doesn't want to even eat any of those. You see that panic, stress. You see choking while eating. You see a lot of, red flags to know that this is something that needs to work. And at some point, you have to structure your day. Create a post, a feeding schedule, write it somewhere. Stop one mistake today. Eliminate that biggest trap. That's lack of structure, lack of consistency. No. Start that neutral exposure. So if you let them know that it's one big deal, that's when they'll be running away from it. But when you make them know that, this is good, it's fun, everybody, and if they have siblings, sibling mentorship, sibling modeling is very important, because children, they always like to emulate themselves. They see them eating it, they will know, so this food is not that bad. I can actually try it. Put it in a friendly way. Let there be soft music, not bang, 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 bang. No. Let there be soft music in the environment. Wake them up with a smile. Bless their day. Lay your hands on their tummy. I can never stop saying the part of prayer, because life is essentially spiritual. If you doubt it, you are just on your own. There's a part of God in it. Always pray over your child. You're going to eat this food today. Food God has given for our healing, for our blessing. You will eat it. It will do you well. You will not constipate. You will not have issues with it. Bless your child. Pray over your child. Declare over your child, because you are a great prophet, a gatekeeper over that child. You have to man that gate to parents. Man the gates. mar the gate of your child's destiny. You are your child's destiny. It's you that will take that place. You're not giving that driver's seat, you must sit on it. You're not giving it to another. It was when I started taking that driver's seat of my child's life that I started seeing transformation. Not when I was doing therapy or whatever, and one is leaving, another one is coming. No. One is closing this time, another one. No. When I started to take my place and take the bull by the horn, I started seeing transformation that I wish, if I had even started earlier than when I started. That's the only thing. If there's any regret I ever have now, that's the only regret I have. I didn't start when I was supposed to even start. And you that your child is just 2, 3. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Start. Start now. You will have yourself to thank for it. You will have your life to thank for it. Declare over your child what you want to, because the Bible says that life and death are in the power of our tongue. What you declare over your child is what you will see. If you say this child, you will eat where you are relaxed, you will fulfill destiny. They will fulfill destiny, no matter the challenges that comes to. The Bible did not tell us that we will not have a life of challenges. It's not unscriptural to be challenged, but it's unscriptural to be defeated. Declare over your child and tell your child, you eat this food, you will do well. You will eat and it will heal your body. Because this is what God did. God did not tell you to take drugs to heal, because it did not work for me. And I've not seen anyone anywhere that it was the drugs that now healed the child's guts. That's why we're going to be having the God's webinar coming soon. Do well to register for it. I'm going to be sharing the things that I did, because this 1-hour class will not be enough to really explain it. And if you are also looking for tips, and when I went for my journey, I went all out with my resources, with my time, with everything. I went all out in search for my child's transformation. We are still on the journey. We have not gotten to where we're supposed to be. We've not gotten there. We're still on the journey. But we are sure not where we used to be. We've left where we used to be. We are far away from where we used to be. The child eats everything now. Constant bowel movements. I can tell you that, that relief. The child will sleep. At times, we have to wake the child up. Not the one that you'll be doing all night, be dancing and be moving on the eyes over the night, because the body is not settled. We're having a God challenge coming. We're having a God training coming on the 1st and 2nd of November. You have to register for it so that you see real life foods. I'll show you the life food I use, the method I used to heal leaky guts. That my child was, it got to a time, my child was, if I was changing pants a day, it should be more than 10 times. People that know my family very well can attest to it. I would change his pants up to 10 times a day. Poo was leaking at, his gut was constantly leaking. Constantly leaking. Until I healed the gut. Don't wait to register for that course, and your life will be transformed. You will see your because when your life is transformed, your child's life is transformed. You will see your child move. I can bet you on that. If you try what I'm going to teach you doesn't work, come back, I will pay your money. I will give it to you back, 100% guarantee. Money back, I will give you. So we're going to be closing now, because so many persons need to prepare. Tomorrow is work, school, and a lot of things. Do we have questions? Can I see your questions? It's question and answers time. Can I see your questions, please? If you have questions, drop your questions in the comment section. Let's see as many we can answer before we leave. Like I said, as I close, feeding is not about control. It's about trust. Let that child trust you enough. If that child trusts you, the child will take anything you want. It surprises everyone in my house now. How this child is the one dragging every food. What do you want? There is no food I bring. There's a big quinoa. I will mix it with that rice, he will eat it. And you remember that one of the gifts we promised you was the picky eating guide. I have not forgotten. I'm still going to share it with all of you that registered, that we can collate your emails. We're going to send you that guide. On a normal is 3,500 naira, but you're going to be having it free today, because that was, I do what I say. Come on now. Don't you give me a round of applause for that. So we're going to be sharing the free guides for you all. We're going to be sending it to your emails so that you can see it in practical terms, because there we're able to break everything down, the step by step, how to tackle it. They will also give you a structure to follow. Do where to subscribe for it. It's going to help you on this journey. That's a starting point for you. If you want to heal speech, you have not tackled this aspect, you've not even started. That's where our journey started from. You will see that anxiety, that eloping and everything, that the child will just zoom off, is running. That there was one that they went to catch in another state from where the child left. Especially if parents go through a lot. You have to go for knowledge. So we're going to be sharing the free guide with you so that you can internalize it, practicalize what is there, use it. Use it. Don't say that it's free. It's free to you, but it didn't come free. Someone's time, energy, money, everything entered in. Use it and you will see it transform your journey. Remember, joy fuels that long-term success. Be joyful, parents. Remove that garment of sorrow from yourself. Remove that garment of, why me? Why not you? God will never give you what you cannot bear. God will never give you the challenges that is bigger than you. You have to know that and brace up. He will never give you what is more than you. You can thrive. You are the best parent for that child. And remember structure. And that will be all for today. I didn't see any questions. In the absence of questions, we're going to be calling it a day. First and second, I'll share it with you for you to register for it. Do where to register for it. The best transformation you can get is from the gods. Whether it's in speech, whether it's in picketing, potty training. My child wasn't potty trained. Why this was on until the gut was healed. As at 5, 6 years, my child wasn't potty trained. He was still pooing on himself. When he moved from pooing, he started pooing on the floor. Until the gut was healed, he could not use the toilet very well. These are real life transformation, real life testimonies that can happen to anybody, no matter where you are. Location is not a problem. See you. Thank you. Bye, everyone. It's been nice having you all. I'm so grateful. I don't take your time for granted at all. I appreciate your time here today, this Sunday evening, our third service. And stay tuned. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Please, I want to see your subscription. And also turn on your notification because we are going to be coming up every week to do live programs with you. You can also send us topics you want us to talk about. We'll be coming every week. We are here for you. We are here for you. We are going to get that transformation together. Every weekend by Sunday, 7 o'clock like this. Stay tuned. You'll be having free live webinars on different aspects on special needs. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you have not. Why now if you have not? Why have you not? And if those that have, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I don't take it for granted. You are highly appreciated. Turn on your notifications so that whenever we go live or we post any videos, you'll be the first to get notified. Thank you so much. And bye for now. See ya.